Hey, what's up? Today I got a gorgeous little pork and rice recipe for you. Out of this world, super easy, pretty quick, and even though it's got lentils in it, it's crazy good. Now, this recipe involves a combination or the combining of two Greek style recipes, which is the fakorizo, which is rice with lentils, and Greek tigania, which is sauteed pork and almost like a Greek stir fry. So to get us going, I'm just going to fire this up first, get our burner going. And for this, I'm going to go pretty high, like a medium high heat, because I want to first start working on our pork. Here's the thing with this recipe. You don't need much. This will feed 4 people easily, and you can do it with just some leftover pork. In my case, I've got about half a pound of pork here. Not a big deal at all. I'm gonna take this, and in the rules of hygiene, I'm working on my acrylic board with one knife, and then I'm gonna switch to the wood board for all the other cutting and chopping with another knife. And for this, you're just gonna go into small, let's say 1/2 inch pieces. You wanna just get the pork here enough to just saute and brown off. And the good thing about this recipe is it's under half an hour, so it's pretty quick. And I don't mean like running around like your ass is on fire. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just a gentle kind of easy cooking. Pork is cubed up. Take a little bit of my Greek EVOO here. For this, I'm going to use maybe a couple, 3 tablespoons of oil. That's what I'm listening for. And I'm just going to grab a little something to just turn this, and it's already starting to brown. See what I mean? This recipe does not take long at all. That's perfect right there. Get that going. The next part of this recipe is I'm using lentils. I know. Any of you that know me know there is no love lost between me and lentils. Well, in this recipe, it actually flavors and adds to the texture of this. So while my pork is browning off, I'm gonna add my lentils. Why? I want to toast them. So in this, I'm just gonna add about a cup or so of my lentils. You can use any lentils you have, green, brown, yellow, whatever. It really doesn't matter. And these are gonna actually start toasting up. And this all happens in one pan. I love it, absolutely love it. Next, an onion. Real simple. You don't even have to chop it, just slice it. Just like that. Take it, throw it in there. We're building layers of flavor as we go. Perfect. I'm going to take a couple, 3, 4 cloves of garlic, whatever you, well, as much as you want, basically. And who really doesn't like garlic? I love garlic. Just chop that up real quick. There, just like that. Boom. In the garlic goes as well. And this is one of these meals you kind of make on a whim. You're like, okay, what am I going to make tonight? Look in my pantry, look in my fridge. If you don't have the pork, you can use chicken, you can use beef, you can use salmon for this. Salmon will work beautifully, or any other kind of white fish. Fantastic. Now, moving along. The next part of our story is asparagus. I love using asparagus. I don't know if I'm going to use the whole thing, but in this, I'm just going to use half this bunch of asparagus. So just leave that there. And when you're dealing with asparagus, look for this. Wherever it snaps, this is the woody part. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure out our asparagus and just chop it at the same point for all of them. That way we're not wasting time doing it individually. And this, I'm going to save. These stocks, again, I say it all the time. Soups, stocks, any kind of thing you're cooking up is fine. Actually, you know what? I'm going to cut this on a diagonal like this. And you're going to do about a centimeter long pieces or about half an inch. Yeah, this is now really starting to get a deep flavor here. Put that there. And put in my asparagus. A, I love asparagus. B, I got it on sale. What can I tell you? It's the truth. So all of this now is combining. Nothing to this so far, right? Not complicated at all. Perfect. Moving right along. I had a previously frozen red pepper. Just chunk it up. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. You're, again, adding to the overall flavor. And look at the colors in this. You got the greens, the browns, the reds, the whites. Fantastic. So, we're moving, we're adding to our story here. Next part here is a little bit of tomato paste. And you don't need much for this at all. For this, you're looking at maybe a teaspoon of tomato paste. Just goes in just like that. Perfect. Leave that here. Put this back. I'm going to take a little bit of pepper. Now, I'm not adding any salt to this. There's feta going over this. I've got some chicken base going over this as well, or into this for the flavor. Here's the thing. There's nothing really Greek about chicken base, but it just makes it taste so damn good. What can I tell you? I add it wherever I can. About a teaspoon of cumin. I like cumin. It brings out a certain earthiness, just a deep, rich flavor as well. So get that going in there on already. Once the cumin hits that the heat, you got this going on, baby. You definitely have this going on. Happy, happy, happy recipe. Back here to our chicken base. I'm using an organic chicken base. You can use a stock cube, whatever you want, or you can not use this at all. And again, nothing, just basically a heaped teaspoon will go into this. And it will give us that background buzz of flavor, and it will also help season this as well. Now, here's the thing. As we're making this, not much to this at all now. The last part of this dish, look at this, we're almost ready. Everything's ready to go, is rice. Argue with me if you want, whatever. I love basmati rice. It's one of my favorites. You can use long grain, medium grain, whatever you like, will totally work. For this, I'm going to use about 1.5 cups. We'll do 4 people easily. And that's about it right there. Now, for this, I am also using the absorption method. The absorption method of rice means for every 1 part of rice you put into something, you're going to put 2 cups or 2 parts of water, which is exactly what I'm doing here. So this is going to go in there. So that's 1 part here. Oh yeah, that's just beautiful. And then I'm going to put a second part. As this cooks down, the rice will absorb the liquid and it will become absolutely beautiful. And there's no straining of any kind. So very carefully, just stir this up. I know I kind of went a little overboard. I get excited. What can I tell you? And this pretty much is ready to go. What did that take? Like less than 10 minutes. Now the trick to making perfect fluffy rice as well, other than the absorption method we were talking about, is when you put your lid on it, don't cover it up completely. In fact, take your spoon like that, cover it up, and just leave it a little crack, a little bit open. Now, this is simmering. I'm going to bring this right down and let this go for about 15-20 minutes, or until the liquid is gone and it's absorbed into the rice, and our meal will be ready to go. All right, so it's been about 15 minutes or so. I'm just gonna lift this up here, move this out of the, whoa. This is fantastic. Check this out. Done to absolute, this is like unbelievable. Done to absolute perfection. Look at this. The liquid has been completely absorbed by my rice. It's light and flaky. Look at this. I'm getting like a facial here. My rice is not clumpy. It's not sticky and that grossness, it's like all looped together. None of that. Everything is just fork tender. The flavors, the smells that are coming out of here are outrageous. Look at this. This is like a meal fit for a king. Man, I am telling you. Here's the thing. Complete this a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of feta, not a lot, just enough to add a little bit of brininess to this, just around, just very, very lightly. Just like that. Perfect. And I'm going to take a little bit of parsley, and I'm just going to doll it up. Now, here's the thing. Greeks don't really garnish. I mean, we don't garnish shit. That's just the way it is. But I like the way it definitely looks, and I just want to carry it through. And it's just a few sprigs from a height, just like that. That's perfect right there. Absolutely perfect. Look at this. This looks like an absolute picture. Well, I'm going to try it with this. A little bit of rice there and a little bit of feta. It's hot as sin, but I got to try it. This is amazing. That is so freaking delicious. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous, my friends. Gorgeous with a capital wow. I am telling you, the flavors are so balanced, so deep and rich. You got the cumin coming in from the rear. You got the flavor of the pork, the pepper, the asparagus is in here. It is literally a one-pan feast. It'll do. Where else are you going to feed? Let me put it to you this way. Where else are you going to feed like 4 people on like half a pound of meat, cup and a half of rice, and a few just vegetables? Nowhere. And you get to enjoy the flavors of Greek dishes. You got the fakorizo, which is the rice and the lentils. And believe me, I'm not big on lentils. Again, I have to tell you. But they taste really good in this. It adds a certain texture. And you're going to have the tiganya, which is the pork and the onion and the garlic and the peppers kind of stir-fried all together. So, my friends, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a blast making it. I am going to have a bigger blast eating this. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe. Check me out online as well at kensgreektable.com for this recipe and so many more. And until next time, we're almost there. Stay strong, and we will get through this together. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.